nothing more fun than traveling and experiencing other cultures out of your comfort zone. So here are some of the bizarre festivities that we can experience and celebrate across the globe.
Welcome to the Nothing Box, our favorite place to hang out when we're just busy doing nothing.
Number 10. Toe Wrestling Festival in UK. This is celebrated during the month of August. Yes, toe wrestling. This is such a popular pastime in Northern England that there is an entire championship centered on this sport every summer. Originated in 1976, the Toe Wrestling Championship has taken the Derbyshire community near Manchester by storm. Toe wrestling is a competition between two participants. With their bare feet in a square ring, opponents sit on the floor, lock their big toes, and then battle in an arm wrestling style to wrangle the other's foot to the sideboard of the designated wrestling area. The art of toe wrestling is more skill than strength. Opponents are required to beat non-competing feet in the air with hands flat on the ground. Number 9. NAKIZUMO Festival in Japan. Celebrated during April, NAKIZUMO means Sumo of Tears in Japanese. Mothers wait in line for the two sumo wrestlers to hold their babies aloft facing each other. The baby that cries first is declared as the winner, and if two babies cry at the same time, the baby that cries louder is the winner. Some babies laugh instead of crying. In that case, a priest with an ogre mask will try to scare them to cry. The wrestlers also make growling faces, telling them to cry. It is believed that the tears can ensure good health to the babies and driving away evil spirits. They are held aloft so that their cries are closer to heaven. There is a saying in Japanese that says, "Naku kowa sodatsu," which means crying babies grow faster. It is also said that the louder the baby cries, the more it gets blessed by gods from heavens. But before we continue with our online festival tour, be sure to click the subscribe button and comment below to receive a special gift on your birthday. Number 8. Air Guitar Festival in Finland. The purpose of the Air Guitar World Championships is to promote world peace. According to the competition ideology, wars will end, climate change will stop, and all bad things will vanish when all the people in the world play the air guitar. Everyone is invited at the end of the competition to play the air guitar all at once to save the world. Peaceful gunpowder has been tooted into the atmosphere of Oulu for over 20 years. The battle, which once even raised heated discussions, has now become an international media magnet of good mood, built on a foundation of captivating and avowed enthusiasts around the world. ASWANG Festival in the Philippines, celebrated in the month of October. It is a culturally significant celebration in Rojas City, planned to change the negative meaning connected to the territory prominently called Space of Aswang by transforming the creature into Kapi's chief fascination. Celebrated yearly, this festival keeps running towards the end of October in preparation for the All Saints' Day or Undas. It is a local adaptation of the Western Halloween festivities. Individuals of any age participate, and they parade wearing outfits of the most legendary ghost or aswang like tikbalang, wakwak, and kapre. The celebration is gone for changing the negative impression of kapis as a home of aswang by remembering it just as a fantasy and ideally expelling the disgrace connected to the world. Number 6. HELLY Festival in Scotland, celebrated in the month of January. An annual festival held at Lerwick in the Shetland Islands, celebrated as the revival of a traditional midwinter fire festival. At 6:50, the men known as the geysers, because they are in disguise, will gather to receive their torches. And on the stroke of 7:30, a rocket fired in the sky is the signal for them to light up the torches. Then the blazing processions begin, with almost 1,000 men marching, led by a large squad of Vikings called the Jarl Squad. The Jarl Squad march, pulling a Viking galley with their leader, the Geyser Jarl, standing on top. When the galley reaches the burning site, the torchbearers form a circle around it and sing the traditional HELLY song. Another rocket is fired and the Geyser Jarl leaves the ship. A bugle call sounds and the torches are hurled into the galley. The burning galley and the flames in the January winds are quite a sight to see. Number 5. LOPBURI Monkey Buffet, celebrated in November. LOPBURI is one of the oldest cities in Thailand. It is home for some spectacular ruins and top attractions including King Narai's LOPBURI Palace. The monkey citizens of the city intermix with locals in everyday life. It is not uncommon to see these mischievous creatures roaming the streets, interacting with Thais and foreigners alike. Although until recently, the event has been a local festival and tourists are only beginning to realize that this amazing event occurs. The festival begins with live performances and dances that draw the monkeys out. Long tables dressed with red tablecloths are laid and are filled with fruits, sticky rice and salads, and Thai desserts, all designed in colorful shapes and patterns to please the animal. Culturally, the non-spiritual feast will bring good luck to the local townspeople. Visitors may even see frequent monkey food fights, so be sure to not get caught in the crossfire. Number 4. San Fermin Festival in Spain, celebrated in the month of July. The Festival of San Fermin, or the Running of the Bulls as it's more commonly known outside Spain, officially begins at midday on 6th of July, every year with Number 3. The Battle of the Oranges in Italy. Maybe one of the most unique festivals in Italy, though at first glance it resembles a massive food fight. There is much meaning and history behind the carnival that takes place in the Italian town of Ivrea. The festival is celebrated over 3 days, an exhausting but fun experience for many. By the end of the day, streets are covered with orange puree and a fresh citrus smell fills the air. The festival is a reenactment of a civil war, a rebellion that took place in the Middle Ages. The city was liberated from tyranny as people called for self-rule. The orange throwers riding on chariots represent soldiers, and the oranges symbolically depict arrows. If you can't get enough of food fight, then we have more. Number 2. La Tomatina Festival, celebrated on August. This is a food fight festival held on the last Wednesday of August each year in the town of Buñol, near to Valencia in Spain. Thousands and thousands of people make their way from all corners of the world to fight in this world's biggest food fight, where more than 100 metric tons of overripe tomatoes are thrown in the streets. Prior to 2013, anywhere from 40,000 to 50,000 people crammed into this huge tomato fight, greatly expanding Buñol's normal 9,000 person population. There is limited accommodation for people who come to La Tomatina, so many people take their easier option of staying in nearby Valencia, just 38 kilometers to Buñol by bus or train. In preparation for the dirty mess that will ensue, shopkeepers use huge plastic covers on their storefronts in order to protect them from the carnage. And number 1 among our list, Mud Festival in South Korea. This much-awaited festival is celebrated on the town of Boryong. Known as one of the biggest parties in South Korea with music, inflatables, zip lining, and a whole host of mud-related activities